Hey everyone, this is Jake with Lake Effect Surf Shop in Milwaukee. What we're going to talk about today is the difference between a shortboard that you use on the ocean versus a lot of the shorter boards that we see here on the Great Lakes. So if you look at this board, this is something you'd typically see on the ocean or coastal waters. Compared to the Great Lakes, it's a little bit thinner, more chiseled out, and has less volume. So you could ride this board here on the Great Lakes, however, it would take a larger, more sizable wave compared to what we see on an average day. So here's one of my personal favorite boards to ride here on the Great Lakes. It's the Modern Highline. What makes this board special for me is the fact that it's really wide, has a lot of volume, but a short length. One thing I really don't like when I'm surfing is a lot of nose, especially when I'm in a tight pocket or a difficult spot. So having a board like this with a ton of volume makes it easy to get into the wave, and it is actually a little bit easier to turn than a lot of long boards or fun boards that you'd find. In addition to the width and volume of the board, it also has just the right amount of rocker to make it easy to get into the wave, but also to keep that nose up in a more critical section. So a lot of people ask me, do you have boards specifically made for the Great Lakes, or how do you find one? And the answer is, we do actually have shapers that shape here in town locally like you'd find anywhere on the coast, but the majority of our boards are ones that we find made for the ocean that work well here on the Great Lakes. And as we discussed, a factor that makes the board well here for the Great Lakes is a lot of volume. If you look at this board, it's only 6'10", but it has 67 liters of volume. If you look at that rail line, it's very thick and has a ton of buoyancy. That volume is also going to help us get into that wave and make it easier to ride and connect those sections on our less energized and less buoyant water. So when you're looking for a surfboard on the Great Lakes and you're starting off, I'd always recommend to a new surfer to go with a longboard or something with a lot of length and buoyancy. However, if you're looking to bump down in size and try something a little bit more nimble, you can check out some of these options we talked about today. So to recap, it's always good to get that longboard in the quiver first. But when you are looking for something shorter or more nimble, remember to find something that's still wide, has a decent amount of volume, and fits your style of surfing and the waves that you'll be riding.